Hey, yo, what is up, my folks? Shizzlers, it's your boy, Fizzle Hizzle, aka Ben here. Bringing you guys a Week 7 battle against Jake. Now, this game was very late into the night because unfortunately had some work problems. But that's totally okay. I just wouldn't be able to record it live com. So this is my reaction post-game. This is the replay. Um, I was gonna say something, but it may or may not be spoilers. If you guys didn't check out my team builder, you can go check it out on my channel, the Week 7 team builder. Was up yesterday. So I think you guys will enjoy that if you want to know what we're bringing, why we're bringing. I think that'll be very useful information for you guys to know. So let's start off here. Let's go all the way back. All right, never mind. So looking at his team, Hitmontop, Mudsdale, Drapion, Magnezone, Manaphy, and Robombi. He has a lot of things that I didn't expect would come, like the Mudsdale and Hitmontop. I didn't really see coming. The Rabombi, I didn't really see coming either. So he brought a lot of weird stuff, in my opinion. But the thing that surprised me the most was no Victini, no Kyurem, no Mega Venusaur. And if you didn't see my team builder, we prepped so hard for Victini, Kyurem, and uh, Mega Venusaur. It was crazy. So to see them not come, it kind of threw my game plan off, and I'm sure he knew that. He had great prep on his part. So looking at lead options here, I think of leading Diancie just in case he wants to lead Rabombi or something. I could take on Manaphy relatively well, but I obviously died to a hit. Um, and I had a feeling he would lead Hitmontop, just in case I wanted to go for my rocks with Donphan or something like that. So in general, I thought Diancie was a good lead, and this is eventually what I did lead. Now I was fully aware that he could have Bullet Punch, which he probably did have, because things always carry steel coverage for this thing, right? And I was fully aware that Adamant Max Attack Technician Bullet Punch did KO, but it didn't really make sense for him to be Max Attack and Adamant. So I thought the trade-off between Rihanna and Hitmontop would be good. It was like 80%, 80 to 90% the roll was, if he wasn't Max Attack and Adamant and Technician. So I knew I could very well live, and I knew that could be a very good play for him. So he does go for the Bullet Punch, as you can see. Does 82 in our Moonblast, it does KO. And you can see he goes into Robombi. My computer is dying. Oh my goodness. Why do you do this to me? So yeah. My bad. So he goes into Rabombi. Now I have a feeling he would go for Sticky Webs here. I had a feeling he would go for Sticky Webs here because I don't think he would predict me to stay in, right? But I felt like it was a pretty good trade-off here. But I don't know if I wanted to risk it here. So I just went back into Jirachi. And he does go for the Energy Ball. Probably predicting a Suicune maybe. Or it just does, it hits my Diancie anyway, right? So I go into Jirachi, I make a good play there. And I want to get a big U-turn off because I know Rabombi's not going to stay in. I do break a sash with my U-turn, if he does have a sash, and I could potentially get momentum. So you can see I get my leftovers recovery, and he goes into Mudsdale actually. Now Mudsdale with the stamina boost is not a swell thing for me to take down. So I do go into my Suicune to try to get a Scald off of it, maybe even a Toxic. And I do opt for the Toxic this time just in case he wants to switch. Because I feel like Mudsdale wouldn't want to stay in unless he wanted to get rocks up first. So I just went for a Toxic. But unfortunately, he does stay in with the Mudsdale. And we trade Toxics with each other. So this is a very unfortunate play. And I'm going to go for the Scald here. And if he goes into Manaphy, that's just a great switch for him. And nothing else really wants to take a Burn or a Scald from it. Maybe in a Magnezone does want to take it. But we'd have HP ground for the Magnezone, so I felt like Scald was a good play here, and it should be doing good damage to the Mudsdale anyway. And you can see I do go for the Scald. He's at 49% now. He goes for his rocks here. So now that I've seen his rocks, I know that he can't really do much to Donphan at this point. So my game plan here was to switch into Donphan and did a rapid spin off to get rid of these hazards. So that's what I'm going to do here. We trade toxic damage here. Now I do switch out into my Donphan like I said. Take rocks damage, and he goes into his Manaphy. Now, this is the play that decides the rest of the game, right? I knew he could have Z Hydro Pump, but I knew that Z Rain Dance here totally makes sense, right? I was so close to Earthquaking, but instead I decided to switch out into something that could take a water move from it, right? So I wanted to go into Jirachi or a Thundurus maybe, but I felt like Jirachi was a safe play because we could take Several hits from this thing. I was really close to earthquaking, like I said, just to get damage off on this thing, and he does go for the Z Rain Dance, and this is where things go horribly wrong, because now he has +1 speed, outspeeds my entire team because I have no Scarfers, and he has a boosted damage with Rain, and he could easily set up Tail Glows right here, which he definitely does. Psychic does pretty good damage to it, 32%. So I felt like I needed to get as much damage off on it, and I'm just going to let this run because there's nothing that could potentially switch in. And Thunder Skills 811 is right there. Dang. I wanted to scout out for the energy ball here, so I do go into Magmortar. I saw some rain turns on it, so I think that was pretty good by me. It was a few things I could do in this situation. You could probably guess what happens in the next couple of turns here, right? He outspeeds me, and he is at +6. So this may seem like a coincidence that both times that I got swept 5-0, I didn't record. But honestly, I would have said the same things. I would have been very disappointed in myself. I would have said that my draft didn't have much for this set, this Manaphy set. So yeah, GG to Jake. Obviously, I'm not salty about it. Even I'm definitely upset about it. Don't get me wrong. But there's honestly nothing I could have really done about this Manaphy set. He had great prep in his part. If I brought Vileplume, it might have been a different story. And Vileplume actually had a pretty good matchup in this one. Seeing that he did have like a Drapion, Mudsdale, Manaphy, even a Hitmontop, and it could handle Ribombee pretty well. So it was definitely unfortunate that I didn't bring Vileplume. It was definitely a bad matchup for it in my eyes. So yeah, good game to Jake. I believe he goes up to 5-2 maybe, and we are now 4-3. So yeah, we're gonna bounce back next week. Don't worry, guys. I'm always gonna do my best in team builders and battles. I obviously didn't try to throw this one or anything. So I just want to let you guys know. Sorry for no live comm. I really would have recorded for this one, but it was just so late at night that I wasn't worth it. So I just thought I would just record the replay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the whole world to me. And like always, have a swell day. Peace.